All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of I Love This Country. I'm your host, Brandon Stansell, and I have a great show planned for you today. So I'm so excited that you're here. It's been a crazy week. It seems that as the world keeps picking up, everybody's doing more and more and feeling a little bit more like normal. So been doing a ton of stuff, working on this new record that I'm putting out. The first song drops a week from tomorrow, and you can pre-save it now. That is the first single that comes off my new EP, and I'm so excited to share that with you. But that is not what we're doing today. I have a very special guest here, and I am so just tickled to have him on. He has been doing a ton of stuff. He is my hometown hero and just the funniest man I know. Please welcome to the show, Leslie Allen Jordan. Hi, Leslie.
Brandon Stansell, my fellow Chattanoogan. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that you decided to pop on to the show. I've been telling people you were coming, and so I'm glad it worked out.
How long ago did we meet? We met in Starbucks, and we realized we were both from Chattanooga, and we just glommed onto one another. How long do you think that's been?
Well, that was right when I moved to Los Angeles, so maybe like 6 years ago or so.
Oh my Lord,
I know.
Young.
We
met every morning down there. I remember. Had so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, that it was just the most random of meetings, but I guess we can spot fellow Chattanoogans.
And then talk that lady believed I was poor. I thought, oh, that's so poor. And then I talked to Sebastian. She said, honey, he's got what, 4 or 5 brothers. They all went to Baylor. Is that true? Baylor's like this very expensive prep school for the wealthy people off the mountain.
Oh, we got in by the skin of our teeth.
But isn't that funny that I felt sorry for the people?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we all, it was a military prep school. Can you believe that?
Yes.
I did that. Well, it wasn't when I went there, but
you didn't have to listen, I never went to that when I went to Macaulay a tiny bit, but I wore a prep, we had to wear a uniform.
Yeah, same. Oh my gosh. Well,
I loved it.
You loved it because you didn't love it because you got to wear a uniform. You loved it because it was an all boys school.
No girls allowed. No girls allowed.
That's exactly right. Well, okay. So you have been doing a ton, obviously, over the pandemic. But I want to talk about your new record that just came out. I've been plugging it on the show for weeks. We played some songs off of it on a couple episodes, but you've got this brand new record out called Company's Comin, where you have wrangled just some of my favorite people in Nashville. You've got Dolly Parton, Brandi Carlile, TJ Osborne, you've got Eddie Vedder, you've got Ashley McBryde, just a whole
Tanya.
Yeah. You just
Tanya. See, I say Tanya, I get so, she hates me. She's so mean to me. Not mean to me. She does not like Tanya. You know, she is Tanya. Tanya Tucker.
I had a friend when I was a little kid doing shows at Opryland who used to be in her workout videos. You remember those? Tanya Tucker workout videos. Yeah, so I love this record mainly because it's all hymns and spirituals, and I think as a queer person who I grew up very religious, but then kind of had a falling out with religion after I came out. I feel like a lot of people have that kind of a similar story where they have this kind of split with this, tradition that they grew up with. And I feel like this record's like reclaiming that in a way. And I love that. And I just love that this is what you decided to do, and all the people you decided to pull in were mostly queer artists in the country space. I think that's really, really something.
It's not something that I sat down and decided to do. I never in a million years, it just sort of happened. And the way in which it happened was so amazing. I had been to Nashville. I was just there for pleasure. Travis was there. Danny was there. Travis Howard, who ended up producing. Danny Myrick was there, ended up producing. Mike Lotus was with me, who ended up producing. And we were just hanging out, and we met Tanya and Brandy for supper at the hotel. And Tanya said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing these hymns." She said, "I'll sing a hymn with you," and started singing right then. Well, she showed up at our studio the next day and laid that track down and did, like one take of it. And so it started then. And then that afternoon I met Dolly, and she said to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "A gospel album." She said, "I'll sing with you." And I think it was just time for gospel. And I think what was wonderful was that we approached it without, I'm like you in that I'm a gay man of faith who had some trouble with the church growing up. And somehow, without even doing a whole lot of work on it and thinking about it, I'm 65. I'm perfectly comfortable with who I am, what I am. I have no axe to grind. I just want to sing music. I want to sing that music. That's the fabric of my childhood. And so, we were able to put that down, and we never once thought in terms, about how this was going to affect people spiritually. We were just putting down some really, really good music. And we've had people, people that I had a guy wrote me and said, "I'm an atheist. I listen to it all day long, every day."
I love that. And I think it's connecting with people probably in a way you didn't even intend, but it really is. And I want the listeners to hear a couple songs of it. So we're gonna launch into one. This was the first single that came off the record. This is Angel Band, Leslie Jordan featuring Miss Brandy Carlisle. We'll pause and then we'll jump back in. Again, that was Angel Band, Leslie Jordan featuring Brandy Carlisle. He is my guest today on the show. Leslie, thank you again for coming on. We're talking about Company's Coming and this wonderful new record that just came out. Tell me what it was like for you making this record with all these incredible people.
Well, Brandy, the one you just heard, was so professional. She is, she's produced. Her and Shooter Jennings pulled Tanya Tucker out of a 17-year retirement and won her an award, one of those big ones. And Brandy knows her stuff, and so she jumped in, and it's lush to me. It's full. It has all that instrumental near the end. It's just a really good song to kick the album off. And so it has become, and she didn't know Angel Band. She did not know. And I did. Did you know it, Angel Band?
No, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, I grew up in the church, but a lot of these songs I'd never heard before. I'd never heard Angel Band. I would say the majority of these songs, I hadn't really heard before. So it was kind of.
Well, it just proves there's a wealth out there. We can continue and do more.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was surprising to me because, like I said, this was the music I felt like I grew up on, but I didn't know much of it. So it felt new, but oddly like familiar to me. It was
like in the Sweet By and By, they did such a wonderful intro to that was so like kind of mysterious or something sounding, and then all of a sudden that voice like butter, that kid TJ Osborne. There's a place that and all of a sudden you're thinking, what is this? I know this. What? Well, it's in the Sweet By and By, stupid. You sang it every Sweet By and By. But they would do little kinky off-kilter things to them that would, I just loved that, but what an experience this has been.
Yeah.
What an experience. I don't consider myself a singer. I never once said to you, "Oh, I've recorded or I do this." I'm a singer, and for something like this to happen, at 66 years of age and getting to sing on the Grand Ole Opry and everything, that's crazy. I bet there are a lot of people that are like, what do you mean? But I came at it late in life, but I came at it in a way I stumbled onto it. And so why not? Honey, I'm gonna ride this pony all the way.
And we're going to talk about you on the Opry right after this next song, but you brought it up, and so I have to play it because you said a voice like butter. Man, does he have it. I love to hear this man sing. This is one of my favorites off the new record. This is In the Sweet By and By, Leslie Jordan featuring TJ Osborne. And we'll come back. Again, that was In the Sweet By and By. My guest, Leslie Jordan, featuring TJ Osborne from the Brothers Osborne. Leslie, so happy to have you on the show. You are going to be making your Grand Ole Opry debut on May 22nd. I am so excited for you. I'm both excited and very upset that I'm not going to be there in the.
I wish you could. I'm bringing, I asked Mother, I said, invite a few people. She sent me a list. She sent me a list of 25. So I had to get 25. They wouldn't comp any of them. So I paid for them, and they were $150 each.
Oh,
but anyway, thank goodness I have a few dollars. But
yeah, I wanted all this merch. You got some pennies to
oh, I got a few. I got it under the bed here. We'll count it here shortly. But they're coming. I got them all put up at the Gaylord Opryland. And it's going to be a night to remember.
You are doing them right. You are doing them right. Yeah, I mean,
Vince Gill is singing with me. We're doing. I would imagine he'll do his set and then stick around. I think that's how it's. See, he said he wanted to come in on with me. He wanted to sing. I'll fly away for glory. Now, which song says? I was standing by the window. Why on one cold morning day when the hearse took my mother, da 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 na na. Will the circle be unbroken? That's the one. I'm sorry. That's the one he said.
We took the long way around, but we got there.
Will the circle be unbroken? Biss said, hey, I'm gonna sing on that one, and I want to sing and help Leslie on this second verse here. So he's gonna, and he's my idol.
Oh,
he just
same.
I just loved him. When he would sing that song about opening the door, his first big hit, and she wasn't home, she wasn't there. What was his hit? You remember that one? One of his very first one. And no one called my name, something. Oh yeah. I'll say, Amy Grant, where are you? Amy Grant, where are you?
So he has.
Call his name.
I always tell people that he's my favorite male like voice in country music. I've always thought that, but we played this a show at CMA Fest a couple summers ago, and he was there, and I cornered him. I was like, I'm gonna get him, and I was like, hey, I just, I'm Brandon. I'm playing the show.
He's put on a little hand.
It don't matter.
Married men do that. They just.
But I said,
we don't. Go ahead.
I said, I have to tell you, you're my favorite singer. I was like, but I also have to tell you that your wife is the reason that I started singing. So although you are my favorite, like if it hadn't been for your wife, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I'm a big Amy Grant fan, always have been. But that's exciting. That's so fun. And I can't wait to see you guys together. I'm going to play one more song from the record for my listeners here. This is the one that I just like brought the house down for me. I'm a big fan of Ashley McBryde and Charlie Worsham, and I love this song.
We're doing it without Ashley, so I think Charlie's going to round up a girl. She's not going to be an Ashley McBryde, but I want some. I'm sure they're floating around Nashville, got that voice. Oh, so yeah. I want that sound because it's just so raucous. I want to finish with this one, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's so great. And I think you guys are gonna love it too. This is called "Working on a Building." Leslie Jordan featuring Ashley McBryde and Charlie Worsham.
And Brother Jordan preaches.
And we are back. That was "Working on a Building." Leslie Jordan featuring Ashley McBryde and Charlie Worsham. We're talking about Leslie's album Company's Coming that just came out this past month, and his Opry debut, which is happening this month on May the 22nd. If you are in and around Nashville on May 22nd, I think there are still tickets available. You go to opry.com and check it out.
And also check out, I'm doing some fun things. I'm signing albums at a record store called, look for the record. Is there a record store called Creep? Is there a record store called, what's the big record store in Nashville?
Grimies? Are you signing at Grimies?
No,
I don't know.
I'm not signing.
I'd have to check.
They're gonna murder me. I should have had all that in front of me. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They're
Signing
going to
from,
murder me.
just drive around. Nashville's not that big. Drive around, look for me. 12 to 2. I bet a record store.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in East. I do know this. It's in East.
Just
you know,
drive around Nashville, y'all.
well,
Just,
isn't Nashville East the hip and West the not so hip? Isn't
yeah,
the East
that's
side
exactly
of Nashville?
right. I lived in East Nashville. That's the hip part of
Honey,
town.
drive around and look for me. I can't. I bet there's sign. I'll wave at you. I'll wave you. I'll save you a seat.
Right. He's 4 feet tall. You'll be sure not to miss
You'll
him.
be able to see me. I'm going to get murdered on that.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I
I'll sign your record. I'll sign your bare ass. I'll sign your ding dong. I'll sign anything you want to see. Sign.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I won't be able to sign your ding dong. I'll have to initial it because I've heard y'all are real little in Nashville.
And you signed with a with a Sharpie that's big. Oh my gosh. Well, Leslie, I just want to say thank you for jumping on the
Well,
show.
thank you,
today.
darling. You're one of my favorite people, and please tell your mother thank you for raising you right.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I haven't got to see you enough over quarantine. And as much as I love this record, I feel like maybe you need to reprise it so that we can do a duet together. I make a new record, call it
What song would you sing? If you had any song, what would you sing, you think?
oh, we do How Great Thou Art. It's my favorite hymn.
Can you get up there like that?
Oh, yes, sir. But I think, you know what I think you should do? I think we should call it just a little reprise and call it Company's Coming Again.
Again, more companies coming. Absolutely. we're
More,
pricing the whole
yes,
album.
more companies coming.
Da,
That's
da, 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 da. How great thou.
see,
Did you ever see? You remember Dixie singing it on the Designing Women?
Designing Women. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. Any good gay would remember that. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you again.
Okay, thank you for having me, darling. I love you very much. I gotta go.
Love you too. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for tuning in. I'm Brandon Stansell. This is I Love This Country. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Ryan Cito.
Bye, you.